Uh-oh. You caught me. Hello. I was sitting here like this. Happy Friday night, everyone.
Oh my goodness.
Mary is not here with us, and to honor her memory, I made Ian stay.
To honor her memory?
To honor her memory.
She passed away?
No,
Like,
she
what?
didn't. No. I just, apparently I don't know how to be alone in a live stream anymore. Well, welcome to Friday night, where I'm always accompanied by someone else, so I don't have to sit in silence. But all right, so tonight I'm going to be working on a 3-yard quilt pattern.
A 3-yard quilt.
Yeah, well, I have a thing with 3-yard quilts because I don't feel like it's always 3 yards. I think it's like 3 1/4 of some of them.
Fair.
But we're going to make it work. So I am doing the City Lights pattern, which I will show you in the overhead camera, but I'm going to try and cover up the cutting instructions. This is what it's going to look like. It's got 2 blocks. Well, technically 3 blocks that are kind of happening here. So you have this floral print, and then you have another block that has kind of these smaller blocks going through it. And so it's block A and block B, and we're just going to make those. And so I've already cut out all of my fabric, starched it and everything. And the block with the blocks in it, and I can really speak today.
The block within the blocks?
The block within the blocks is comprised of strip sets. So I've even made my strip sets. I have sewn all 4 of my strip sets together because apparently I am doing homework this week.
It's compromised?
Whatever.
You said compromise. I'm like, wait, what? Composed?
I'm not
Created?
composed. Anyway, it's compounded. It's built. It's whatever.
Oh boy.
Well, there was that. Anyway, I got my 4 strip sets. And I've got everything else cut out and ready to go. So I'm just going to get to the point where I start pressing those strip sets and subcutting them down according to the pattern. All while Ian makes fun of the words that come out of my mouth. You're welcome.
Everyone in the chat is going compromised?
Oh, are there... Great. Thanks, Mary. She's like, check the pattern corrections on the website. Too late. I've already cut all the fabric.
Oops.
And we all know that I'm not going to read the pattern.
No, that's true. That is true. If I know anything about Becca, she looks at the pattern and goes, yeah, okay. It's a suggestion.
I'm good. She's out of control early tonight. You're out of control.
Hi, Mama Nancy.
I got to sneeze. Throw the tissues at me.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was a good throw, actually.
It was. It was a good catch, too.
I could play football. Sports ball.
Oh, can I show them what just came in Amazon?
Yes, please.
Okay, hold on. So you guys know I've been getting into embroidery. And I have discovered embroidery transfers. So there are designs that are printed on things that you can iron onto fabric to transfer the design over, and then you can do your embroidery over top of it. And so I decided I did not want to trace any more of my embroidery designs. So I bought myself some transfers. Let me show you what I bought. Shall we? Let's do a haul video. So the first one I got is a set of 10 transfers here. And I'll go ahead and open it up so you can see them because it shows you what they are on the back, but they're a little small. So we've got this really cute bike. Ooh, the paper feels really neat too, or whatever it's printed on. It's nice and smooth. We have Adventure Awaits. This one is Believe in Yourself. I know it's backwards, so it's hard to see. This is Dream Big. This is Imagine. This is Live, Love, Laugh. This is She Believed She Could, so she did. This is Stay Wild. This is Wanderlust. This is You Are So Loved. And there you go. So that's the first set. And again, they're all mirror image because you're going to press them onto the fabric and it's going to come out the right way. And then this is going to be less of a big deal because these have no writing on it. So these are symmetrical because they're mandalas. There's a set of 10 here. I'll just kind of flip through them. Looks a little bit like coloring pages that my sister would have in a coloring book. But that works because I feel like embroidery, at least what I've been doing lately, is just coloring with thread. Jonathan, I see you, Ian. Is asking if we want a pineapple. He has a bunch of 10-inch squares left over.
He's asking earlier if anybody had the update from the Elizabeth Hartman pineapple farm, and I'm over on your computer, and so I asked him, is the pineapple upside down?
Okay. I get it. Bringing us back to last
Yeah,
week's
I know,
discussion,
right?
huh?
We're full circle from last week.
Full circle. And then I did get a couple of, these were like $4 or $5 a piece. I really just wanted the design. They had been sitting in my cart for a while, but I decided I was going to go ahead and pull the trigger on it. I didn't need the instructions or really the floss. I just wanted the design. This is floral. It says, "Be still and know that I am God." And those are the threads that they sent to me. I quite honestly will probably just put this away and use the thread that I already have and just do it in the colors that I want. But nice kit. That's nice cloth, actually. And it does come with a hoop. I have the hoop over there. The second one that I got is another kit. Zaza likes the mandalas. This one has these pretty colors inside of it. And this is what the design says. "In a world where you can be anything, be kind." And this is what it'll look like if I follow their diagram, by the way. And then we have, wow, I got 5 of them. Holy cow. But they were like $5 a piece. So, or however much they were. I don't know.
I see you, Zaza.
I see you, Zaza. I don't know. What do I see?
She's saying that I need the upside down pineapple for the cruise.
Threads. And then this one says, "Show up, be true, be kind, and keep going." Becca, you just bought a couple of kits in the transfers. I bought 5 kits. Oops. Shh, don't tell my husband. Oh, but I can't wait to show. And then I have 2 more sets of 10 transfers that we'll show you. I should be set on embroidery for a little while.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to draw it myself. This one will look, I'll just show you what it looks like here. It says, "You're awesome, keep that up." Thank you, Marcia. She says, "I'm not surprised by your design sayings."
Oh, just
design
wait.
choices, beautiful sayings.
Oh, just wait, Marcia.
Yeah, I have flowers next.
Yep.
Always remember, you are braver than you believe. Okay, so those are the kits that I got. This is another set of transfers because, like I said, I have plenty of fabric and I already have the thread, so I didn't need a whole kit. This is a set of 10 blooms in succulents. I'll just kind of flip through them. This one says, "Do you suppose she's a wildflower?" By the way. And this one said, "Bloom where you are planted." Hey, Andrea. Andrea from Arkansas Gals is here.
Hey, Andrea.
This one says, "Enjoy the little things. Love grows here." And then succulents. So that's that set of 10 embroidery transfers. And then the last set that I got is a little snarky.
A little?
A little snarky. Some of these words I might not say out loud. Down at the bottom it says, just got real. Bite me. It's a shark. This is a bad word, but it says F and then another word. I'm not going to say it. I'll let you read that one. This one says go away. This one says nasty. This one just says nope.
Nasty. You nasty.
This says something happens. This blows. It's a cloud blowing. This one says, welcome to HE double hockey sticks. Some of the snarky ones are a little too snarky for my liking, but some of them were just really funny. So I thought, how funny would it be to be sitting somewhere working on hand embroidery and somebody comes up to me and goes, oh, what are you doing? Isn't that cute? And I flip it around. Go away. So I like the Zaza likes the snarky ones best.
Yo, I do too.
But now I've got a few that I can work on and I don't have to worry about printing stuff off and tracing it over and doing all that other stuff. So I'm kind of excited to have these. I went a little overboard, as we tend to do with our crafting supplies. All right. So now we're going to get to Le Quilt at Hand. I really hope there are no pattern corrections on Le website because I didn't check. Are you going to do satin stitch or just outline? A combination of both, Lori. I'm going to use more than just a satin stitch on it. I want to test some of the stitches that I've been learning on the samplers. I want to do some line work, and then some of the stuff I just want to kind of color in with a satin stitch.
Why did I think you picked up the phone when you actually picked up your
Iron?
when you picked up your iron? Because I was looking at your computer and it sounded like the old cord style phone getting picked up.
Oh, it kind of does, like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Melody wants to know where you got those.
Amazon. I will get links and put them in my Facebook group after the live stream. Unless, Ian, you're at my computer.
I am.
Just make sure you share my Amazon affiliate link.
Okay.
If you go to my orders, you can see it. Ian's going to drop some of them in the chat for you.
If I can find them.
Oh no, Mary says she went to...
Oh.
Hey, my phone!
Oh.
Mary said she went to Cold Stone tonight. It's been one of those kind of weeks for her. Well, Ian had Cold Stone tonight, and so did Zoe, but I passed. I had Cold Stone a couple nights ago, and it was exactly what I wanted it to be, and I didn't need to have it again.
Oh, here they are. How do I get your affiliate link?
So open up the product.
Okay.
Just click on the listing for one of them, and it'll open the item.
Okay.
And then you'll go to the little share. There's like a share button on there up at the top, I think. It says Amazon Associates in that banner. Get link. Yellow button off to the right on the top.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Oh. And that's my affiliate link. So if somebody buys one, it won't cost them anything else, but I'll get a penny or two.
Got it. Okay.
Because they're really affordable. That's the kits.
Do you want me to put them in your Facebook group, you said?
Yeah, that's probably better.
Okay.
It's just easier that way.
Yup.
Instead of continuing to spam the chat.
Right. I think that's probably the best place.
What do you like to get from Cold Stone? Ian, do you want to tell them what your go-to is?
I don't really have a go-to, but I got the banana pudding flavor tonight. Normally I like the sweet cream and then do like caramel and chocolate drizzle stiff. But today I did the banana pudding one, and it was delicious. It was delicious.
Cool. My go-to is sweet cream with caramel sauce, caramel topping, roasted almonds, and coconut. That's my go-to. Yeah, by the way, if you guys have a YouTube channel that you'd like other people to check out, you're welcome to promote yourself. You can do !selfie in the chat, and the bot will drop a link over to your channel. And folks can pop over there, hit the subscribe button, and go check out your content. Hello, Stacia. How are you? All right. Hello, guess who, Nancy? Love Loathingly says, I've never been a big Cold Stone fan, but I might have to take the pup to the local frozen custard stand tomorrow.
Nice.
We took Mary's pup to the to Ice Cream Depot, and Bella got to enjoy a pup cup. It was like a half of an ounce container filled with like whipped cream. Bella weighs like 2 pounds.
No, that wasn't whipped cream. That was full on
Oh, it
like
was full on.
vanilla ice
It was
cream.
soft serve. That's
Yeah,
what it was. It was
yeah.
soft serve. But her face was white, y'all, because her whole face was down in that cup.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see Don't Be a Prick. That's hilarious.
It's just cactuses. It's just cactuses.
Oops, don't do that.
Also, why is Pink Pony Club playing over and over in my head?
Pony Club.
Yeah, see that one. Yep, that's what's going nonstop on repeat.
Oh, because we heard it on, when I came over yesterday, we were watching Masked Singer, and they played,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, at the beginning of the episode.
Well, it won't stop. Make it go away. All right, so all of my strip sets are now sewn, and they are ironed, and so I'm going to subcut them down according to what the pattern says.
Okay, I just posted, there's several links in the Facebook group, but I just posted all the links to the different kits that are available over in the Facebook group. So go check it out.
Check it out. All right, let's go to the 3-cam setup so you guys can see a little bit more of what I'm working on. So one of the things that I learned, I think I saw this on a Missouri Star video, so I'll give them credit for it. I'm going to be using these to make 4-patches, and sometimes you have a bit of a struggle getting your 4-patch to line up the right way, or like cutting them all up and then pairing them up. I found a time saver is to take 2 of your strip sets and lay them on top of each other, making sure that those seams nest. And we're only going to do a little length down. We're not going to worry about the whole thing being lined up. And then I can subcut these, and as I'm subcutting them, I'm creating my pairs that I can just go through and start sewing.
Poor Sophie says, oh my lord, now that you said Pink Pony Club, it won't stop in my head.
I'm sorry. Not sorry.
And Sally says, it's been a while since I've seen a live show. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Sally, for being here. I should make Ian get to work and start sewing these as I'm cutting them. So when I'm cutting these, I am paying attention to my seam line. You can't see it because it's a cream color thread that's blended in with the fabric. I'm just making sure that my ruler is nice and straight. And then I'll very gently move that off to the side. So I'm making sure that this is straight and then the seam is straight on one of the lines on the ruler. That'll help me make sure I have a nice square 4-patch when it's all done.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What's uh-oh?
Is your bot not reacting tonight?
Go to streamlabs.com. You can turn it on.
Oops.
Mary also knows how to do that. You could ask her.
Yeah.
The password should be saved on the computer. My nose itches. Does that mean you're going to kiss a fool? Is that what that means? Or does it mean you're going to get some money? Oh, no, that's if your palm itches. Hello, Susan.
Hey, Mary, I'm having difficulty on this side getting to Streamlabs. Could you grab it on your side, please?
The bot just needs to be turned on, please and thank you.
It's asking me questions on my end over here, so I don't know.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
She'll get it. So I have officially submitted for consideration Mufasa into the North Texas Quilt Show. We'll see if it gets accepted. I haven't submitted anything else to the show yet, but I did get Mufasa submitted.
Well, it's not a juried show, so it will.
I haven't gotten the acceptance letter yet.
Oh, yeah, they'll get it to you in a couple of days. Mine came in. I think it took them a week to get mine, but it's not a juried show, so yours should be in. They're just processing it. Oh, I'm so glad. Hi, I just came in, Ian. I got the binding foot. Really, wow, really makes me look like I know that I'm really good at binding. You are really good at binding because you now have that foot, right?
So somebody's coming in and asking what I'm making, and I will just show you over here. I am making the City Lights quilt. This is a 3-yard quilts pattern from Fabric Cafe. Right now I am cutting down my strip sets to make some 4 patches that'll be these blocks. I am doing this reverse. My dark is going to be the background and the light is going to be what kind of chain goes through it as a chain. I would love to get this one completed by the end of the weekend. Speaking of things being completed, the pattern for block number 5 is already up on the website. If you're curious, we're going to be doing a tulip block this month. And the video tutorial that accompanies it will drop tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So you can go grab the pattern now, get it printed off, and be ready for when the video drops. My dog is going crazy. Maybe. They're asking if I'll do show and tell this evening. If we have time, sure. But it really just depends on how I'm feeling by the time we get to the end of the 2 hours. Sometimes I'm so tired, I just want to be done. All right, so I have 2 more that I have to do that for. But before I get too far, I'm just going to go ahead and chain stitch all of these so that they're tidy and I don't have to worry about them getting messed up.
Oh no, Jonathan.
What did Jonathan say?
Jonathan said that I would love to have my quilt finished, except USPS keeps sending the last fat quarter I need all over the country. It's going on a countrywide tour, apparently.
Well, now you can say that that quilt has traveled the world.
Right, exactly.
I bought Ian a fat quarter bundle of the Tulip Pink True Colors fabrics. I just got the spaced one, like the starry looking one, and the floral prints. But I got a fat quarter of each one of those prints. And it's everything I can do to not go buy like 2 yards of every one. I don't care about the floral prints and the full moon forest. I just like the true colors.
You know,
that's what I want.
Full moon forest, yeah, it's okay, but I'm not heading out there and buying all of it because it's like, meh, okay.
I really love the true colors. Sophie says, I love the sound of Ruby. I need to sew on Barbara, my 1951 201K this weekend instead of just using my Juki for everything. I bet my Juki wishes I used her more. But as you guys saw last week, it doesn't take very much for me to get backwards.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen the OttLight floor lamp with the tablet holder? It looks ideal for sewing while watching a live stream, hoping my adult kids took the hint for Mother's Day.
Marsha, I'm sure they did. Hopefully.
City Lights is in the Fast and Fun 3-yard quilts. Yes, that's right, Heather.
Love, loathingly, I am planning on doing the next puzzle mystery quilt. Of course, it is up to Cotton Cuts whether or not they are going to invite me to do it again. But if I do, I will be doing it. But I'm just not going to be doing the video tutorials like I have been.
I think that's a good move for you.
Yeah, I think
it
so
lets
too.
you focus on other types of content that you've really been wanting to make.
Yep.
And designing and writing those patterns that people can do.
Which I finished the second one, design-wise. So now I need to actually start writing up the instructions on how to do it.
Just speaking of design and pattern, I am putting the finishing touches on a few, on the formatting. The content's all good. The pattern's been tested, but I have a pattern that's going to drop in the next couple of weeks called Celestial Paths. A friend of mine, Katie, tested it for me. She made the queen size version of it. This pattern is going to give you 4 different sizes. You can do a lap, a throw, a twin, or a queen size quilt for just that one pattern. Joy T is asking, when did the colorways come out?
They're out already. You can go look at them on the Cotton Cuts website.
Cool.
And I haven't made up my mind. And no, Tulip Pink is not in a front runner.
You know, I don't think I'm going to do the next one.
That's fair.
Because I didn't finish Wild Wild West or whatever that was.
Yep.
And Flyway is still sitting behind me, and I think I may have done a half of a clue. So I'm getting to the point where I'm not doing them as fast as I should be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to limit myself to just 1 a year.
That's fair.
So I'll wait and see where I stand in spring, and if I have completed my puzzle mystery quilts, then I'll consider doing another one. Although I say that all the time, and then I get FOMO.
Yep.
Because
I get that.
But I'm going to try and stand strong on this. We'll see.
Yeah, I really want to work on pattern designing and going down that path because I think it's time, and I definitely have already started. I've started working on 2 patterns. One of which was inspired when I went to Quiltcon, and Patrick Luce showed me the Wicked line that's going to be coming out later this year. So I'm excited. I got really inspired by that and have drawn up a pattern for that fabric line.
I've seen the drawings of it. It's really neat. The one thing I do like about the 3-yard quilt patterns is they come together pretty quickly. I don't necessarily love the instructions. I feel like it's a little difficult to decipher, but I also understand that the reason why they're like that is because it seems like they try to keep each of their patterns to just 2 pages.
Yeah.
And so that's condensing a lot of instruction, maybe making the font really small. You don't get to have a ton of illustrations for it, but it's all there, and if you just take the time to label it and really read it before you get started, you're perfectly fine. And they're easy quilts, definitely easy quilts. So as I'm cutting up my 4 patches or subcutting my 4-patch strips, this time I am actually going through and sewing. So cut, sew, cut, sew, cut, sew.
Sounds Sounds like a beat. Cutso, 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 cutso.
Christine says, I am officially on a no purchase unless for commissioned projects until December. I feel you on that. As I showed you my haul of embroidery designs. But I like the fact that you left yourself an out, right? Like no purchases unless it's for this. That means it's a little bit more realistic because you're allowing you're allowing yourself to be to make intentional purchases that are needed. Someone's asking how big will the quilt be? The pattern for this size is 43 inches by 61, but I'm going to see if I can add a bit more to it to make it a little bit more like twin sized or at least a big throw. Did Mary get the bot working?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Yep. Bot is working. I did drop a link to Facebook, so if you want to go buy one of those kits, they're available on Becca's Facebook group.
Thank you, Ian.
You're very welcome.
You might be wondering why I'm flipping some of these around after I cut them off. It's because sometimes when I make the cut, after I line up the line of the ruler on the seam, after I make the cut, it looks like the fabric wasn't perfectly straight. And so I'm just turning it around so that I have both sides nice and clean.
Suzanne, I don't know if the that command has been updated with the project that she's working on tonight.
It's not.
Yeah.
But maybe Mary could update the project command and turn it on to link to the book that this is in and then give the pattern name maybe. Or put Mary to work like she's here.
Mary, by the way, this is City Lights from Fast and Fun.
Yes, please, and thank you. Love Loathingly says, I'm on a no purchase unless it's to finish a project. Before that, I purchased 4 or 5 solid bolts from So Yeah. Hey, those solids, man, you're going to eat them up. I'm a sucker for buying a bolt of solid because you know you're always going to use it.
Yep. Suzanne, it's the City Lights quilt, and it's from the 3-yard quilt book, Fast and Fun.
Yeah, I'll just do this so they can see. Now you can see the name of the pattern. I'm just feeling the seams to make sure that they're nested nicely together.
Do you mind if I launch a poll in your chat?
No, absolutely. Feel free. Do all the things. Be the Iron Man.
I'm curious because you and I were actually talking the other day. We were talking about pattern designing.
Yep.
And would you rather have a pattern that is a short pattern, like not many pages, or would you rather have as many pages as necessary to get the information across? So I've just launched a poll. This is actually research for both Becca and I on pattern designing. Would you rather have a pattern be as long as necessary to get all the information, or do you want less pages?
So the reason why he's asking that, I'll just go ahead and tell you. For block number 5, all the cutting instructions are a lot for this month, but the block sews together really, really fast. But in an effort to get all of the cutting instructions onto the page, I realized I wasn't going to get the entire pattern onto one page, which is what I had been striving to do with the previous months. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to give myself a little bit of freedom here. And I went past one page, but when I did that, I also took the time to go back and think about the font size and the illustration sizes. And I was like, you know what? Every page is going to be another step on its own. And it's going to have really nice big figures, clearly labeled and marked. And I'm going to increase the font size and the spacing a bit to make it even easier to read. So it took what probably would have been a 2-page pattern and made it 5. But I was like, you know what? Most people are downloading this as a PDF. I don't think quilters are going to be upset over having 3 extra pages as long as the information on the pattern is easy to read, easy to understand, and quick to get through. You probably don't want paragraphs of information, but as long as it's in an easy to digest format, I thought you probably would be okay with a couple extra pages. And if anybody was worried about killing trees, they could always just use a tablet or keep it on their computer or look at it from their phone.
Yeah, we've got 100 votes in, and 85% are saying to make the pattern as long as necessary.
From the folks that are saying as short as possible, talk to me a little bit in the chat about why you're saying that. Is it because you don't want it to be paragraphs of information, you want it to be more concise, you don't care about the pages, you just don't want it very verbose, or is it literally you care about the number of pages?
Oh, Love Loathingly says, I think, Ian, the absolute 100% make or break on me buying a pattern is, does it have a cut guide? There's a
Oh,
pattern designer who puts the cut layout for each yard of fabric in her patterns. It really helps.
really? Okay. I think I can go back in and add that into my Celestial Paths pattern. I actually hate those because I'm not going to cut it that way. It's so funny.
Jonathan says that he put in shorter, but that's just because I'm used to free patterns with no instructions.
Interesting. Gotta get some air moving in here. I wish more pattern designers would create patterns like Fat Quarter Shop does.
Melody says, I think the longer format is better for those of us who second guess ourselves. That is 100% correct. Denise, tell me more. She says, I love short patterns like Villa Rosa and Fabric Cafe. Tell me more.
Okay.
Yo Petty G says she likes shorter patterns because it saves on ink.
Okay. So my 4 patches are all sewn up, and now I'm just going to press them so that I can start assembling the quilt top. While I'm waiting for my iron to heat up, I'm going to finger press them open so that everything's ready to go, and then I'll set it with some iron, with some heat.
With some iron.
Pressing directions. I like it when patterns show the pressing directions, and I like when they show what size each section should be before the block is fully assembled. Oh, those are good tips.
Joydy says, I just want all the help. That's good information. I'm going to go ahead and close this poll with 142 votes.
I do agree. I see folks in the chat talking about how they like the Fat Quarter Shop patterns. I agree. I like their format too.
I need to look at them because I don't think I've ever looked at one.
I've got a ton of them.
Perfect.
But yeah, they're really good. And one of the things I like about it is it's not a ton of words to read.
Yeah.
There's a lot of illustrations. And so if you already know how to sew, you can figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're in color too. So the illustrations represent the fabric, the way it's drawn. The thing that I struggle with the Fabric Cafe is the first page is in color, but then the second page is black and white. And I get lost sometimes in trying to be like, okay, was that Fabric 1 or was that Fabric 2?
Yeah, that's an annoying thing when they're switching color to black and white. Like, stay consistent. Consistency is key, I feel. Thomas, I'm pronouncing this wrong, Thomasina, I think, maybe? She says, I'm new to quilting and I've only made 3 quilts without patterns so far, so I need all the help I can get.
So the way I write my patterns, if you guys haven't gotten a copy of my pattern yet, or any pattern that I've written, I'm getting better the more I write. So this next one that I'm about to drop is going to be even better. But what I'm doing is giving you a header that tells you what you're going to do, so that if you are an experienced quilter, you can just do the thing, right? Because you probably already know how to do that. And I'm giving illustrations to help illustrate that section so that you can see what it looks like. But then I give you concise step-by-steps in a numbered list that tell you exactly how to perform the steps that are needed to do that. So for example, if my pattern's telling you to make half square triangle units, I'm going to tell you to cut 2 squares. Draw a line from one corner to the other, sew a 1/4 inch from the right of the line and a 1/4 inch from the left of the line, cut it on the line, press it towards fabric whatever, square it to this size, and then move on. And you're going to have illustrations for some of those steps. But if you're already a seasoned quilter, you're going to be like, yeah, I know how to make half square triangle units.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't want to do the 2 at a time method. I want to do the 8 at a time method. So I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
I want to give you the freedom to be able to do that, to veer away and construct the quilt the way it makes sense for you. But I also want to make sure at the same time, if somebody needs that step-by-step detail, they have it. And I felt like this was a good compromise between the two, right?
Zaza says she likes the way you write your patterns. They
Thank
are
you.
clear and concise.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I know you're never going to get 100% of you're never going to satisfy 100% of the people, but I'd like to satisfy the majority.
Yeah. Well,
Somebody's always going to be like, no, it just doesn't work for my brain. And that's okay. That is okay.
kind of like what Denise said. She says, I'd like to be told to cut a certain size of pieces instead of presenting the pieces to be cut in strips, then into squares, and then the squares into triangles.
Yep. I was doing in my patterns cut X strips that are X measurement by width of fabric and then subcut into this number just to kind of help give cutting instructions. And I decided to scrap that with this pattern and I think the last one, Twinkle Tangle, because I wanted to give you more size options for that quilt. And in order to be able to do that with the cutting instructions, I had to sacrifice something. So I'm not giving you the cutting diagrams and I'm not giving you the cut by width of fabric, subcut. Instead, I'm just telling you how many pieces you need at what measurement for each of those sizes from each fabric and figuring that you can figure the rest out. And I understand some folks out there are probably going to be like, nope, now I'm not going to get your pattern. Okay, I get it. I understand. Hello, John. Speaking of patterns, John from Art East is in the house.
I now need to look at patterns from a pattern writing standpoint and
Yes.
just start going through them and being like, ooh, I like this idea from this one and this idea from this one and kind of conglomerate them.
That's right. And you'll find your own voice and your own format too.
Yep.
Just because I do something one way or John does something another way or Bob Joe does another thing his way, it doesn't mean that that's the right way. There are so many quilters out there, and we could each write a pattern doing the same exact design, but the way you're telling somebody to do it, just like with a video, it may be completely different than what I'm telling them, and it might resonate with them a little bit more.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Donna, she's working on the City Lights quilt. This is from the Fast and Fun 3-yard quilt book.
Yep. I'm making a whole bunch of 4 patches for it. And I'm almost done. I've got 2 more to press. I'm so happy I went back to my cordless iron.
That is true, Zaza. She says you can't please all the people all the time.
That's right. All right, so now that I have my 4 patches together, I'm just going to show you from the diagram of the quilt what we're doing because I'm abandoning the instructions at this point. Surprise!
Shocking!
Do as I say, not as I do. I'm just going to fold this down a little bit because, well, but also with the 3-yard quilts, once you figure out what the components are and you've got the fabric like cut down, you don't need the step-by-step instructions. You could just put it together with the visual layout. So I know that the dark purple on this picture is going to be my light pink, and then that light color is actually going to be my dark pink, and then this purple floral one is going to be this white that I have with the flowers on it. So I'm not going to need that right now. What I need to do is make these blocks that have the 4 patches in them. And so the way that's going to come together, I'm going to need 2 of my 4 patches, and I'm going to need 2 of my squares, and these all should be the same size now. We're going to set it up so that my light pink is coming from the upper right to the lower left. So we're just going to sew that together like a 4 patch. It would help if I turn the fabric the right way. So I'm going to sew this together, and I'm going to press the seams in opposite directions so that I can get that to nest up. Jonathan. As Jonathan says, I prefer shorter instructions because I don't follow them. I think we are kindred souls. Ah! Fly away snips, fly away snips. So there we go. I'm going to press towards the bigger square on both of these, and that's going to help ensure that my seams are going to nest because they're going to go opposite corners. All right. So upper right to lower left. Now I'm going to sew that together. Valerie says, I'm lucky. If I have trouble with a pattern, I just take it to one of my quilting groups and tell them to tell me how to do it. It pays to know experienced quilters. It does. It's always good to have a friend that can help you. Jonathan says, with the shorter patterns, it is less to ignore. Janet says, I just got here. What are we working on? I am making the City Lights quilt from the Fast and Fun 3-Yard Quilts book. All right, so I'm going to make several blocks that look just like this. That's my layout. Oh, do you want to show them? You can't come in here with that and be like, I'm not doing anything.
I'm just... Well, hold on.
Did I inspire you?
Well, I was just going to work on the quilt labels that I brought.
Ah, got it. He brings this bag this is his like, I'm going sewing bag. Here, I'll put it in the top camera. You can sit here and show that off.
Oh, I'm not getting on camera.
Okay.
I am not.
No, I was just going to say, no, it's on top camera. They're not on it.
Perfect.
That's why you can be in front.
Perfect. Because I am definitely not camera
I'm going to go
ready.
grab a drink. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. So, look at it. It's so pretty. So I did finish this before we went on retreat. And I took it with me on retreat. So this is my A Place for Everything bag with my little pocket up here. And then I open it up. Y'all probably already saw it. Y'all don't want to see this because y'all saw it on my video already. I'm pretty sure, but I did do all of my, I've even got rulers in here. They're hard to see, but I've got rulers in here and thread, and I'm gonna use do a little label. And I have my glue in here because when I went on retreat, I thought I was gonna bind quilts, and then I didn't. Thank you, Debbie, I appreciate that. But yeah, I did finish this right before retreat. See, there's so much space in here. I didn't even do everything, so. But yeah, there's my A Place for Everything bag. And then I also, seeing it again, especially, oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Heather. And then
for my bag.
Oh, right, yeah, no. And then on the back side here, I have another one of the panels, so.
It's very nice.
There you go. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Ian, for letting me get a glass of water.
You're welcome.
And also, why is it a glass of water and not a cup of water? Because if it's a cup of coffee.
Oh, you're right.
Right?
It's
not a glass of coffee. It's a cup of coffee.
I don't know. That's a good question, actually.
I don't know. I don't know these things.
I don't know. Pink pony.
Oh, there you. It was literally going through my head when you said that. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay all these out so that I can just start chain sewing. I am the one in the guild, Susan says, who decides the monthly lotto block. I like to sew it extra early, so if the pattern makes no sense, I can explain to the guild how I did it to make it easier.
There you go.
It's important when I'm doing this to make sure that I have the fabric going in the right direction, because once I start sewing, this is going to be a brainless sew. I'm just going to attach and I'm not going to worry about direction. So right now I need to take that extra time to get everything stacked up just right.
Diane, I'm not going to be sending it to you, but thank you. Thank you for the compliment.
Hey, I called dibs on that before Diane. Just saying. Michelle the Quilter says, it came out beautifully, Ian.
Thank you.
It did come out good. It took you 4 months to do it.
It did. It did. It did take
Mine
me a
is
while.
still cut, sitting in the project bin.
Right, it is, yes.
Not gonna lie.
That's okay, you'll get there. Or you won't. Who knows? Pink Pony Club.
Oh gosh. I don't love this fabric in person, but as I see it on the screen, I'm kind of like, it's kind of cute. I think I kind of like it.
I think this bottle's broken.
Yeah, one of those bottles is broken. I need to replace it. I need to replace both of them because I think they're both kind of on their last
janky.
legs. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to sew all of these together and all of these together. So I might even just... Oh gosh,
Sorry.
Here we go.
I sprayed the wall.
I've done that. That wall needs to be white. Whoops. Need to wash the wall. Chris TV says, I just got done with the Urban Chic quilt from the same book. I used blues, and I'm making it for a coworker who's moving to Texas.
Carrie Quilt, she is going to send it out.
Send what out?
You're A Place for Everything bag?
Oh, yeah. I've got a couple of people that were very generously offering to put my bag together in exchange for quilting services. I was like, done. Done. You send me a quilt. Send me two. So I might actually end up with 2 bags just because I have to outdo Ian a little bit. One of them might go to Mary.
Zaza said that it scares her. She says, Ian, I'm scared to start mine because it took you 4 months and you have more bag experience than me. Zaza, it just went into timeout. It just went into timeout and needed to sit for a little while, and then I would come back to it, and then it would go in timeout again. So it's doable. It just, you got to do it in small parts.
Somebody's asking, question, are the instructions for the flip and fold online somewhere? It's like a puzzle. They can only be folded a certain way. So I would tell you to look for the notches and with the grooves where they're at. But I am sure the instructions are online, and if you can't find them, if you email Caterpillar, they'll be happy to help you out.
Someone was asking in the chat.
Chat says, "Girl, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance." I can't sing, but it's in my head, so you're welcome.
Somebody was asking for what this bag is. This is the By Annie, A Place for Everything 2.0. Pink Pony Club. Here's another one for you. I like to move it, move it.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
Move it.
Yeah. I saw a couple on Instagram today as I was doom scrolling that apparently have posted a series of reels where they just do awkward poses at every camera for all of the Disney rides.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen people doing the glam cam. Is it the glam cam? I don't remember. They do it because there's slow motion on Tron and Tower of Terror, and so they'll be like all posing on those rides.
They seem to use the same couple of rides for everything, and it
Yeah.
seems like they're in Disneyland because the rides looked like they were Disneyland, not Disney World.
Gotcha.
But they did the force choke, so he's holding his hand out. She's like, ah. There was a cuddle. There was a bored yawn one.
Nice, nice.
There are a few of them. I was like, okay, that's cute.
Well, I may bump into them when I'm in Disneyland soon.
Thank you, Mary. Mary says she thinks she figured out the project command.
Yay! Thank you, Mary.
Yep, there it is.
Disneyland. Can't wait for that.
I have more 4 patches than I have pink fabric.
Pink pony 4 patches.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything will be fine.
Pink pony 4 patches. I'm gonna go down to the pink pony 4 patches.
Zaza says, I hate that song. They played live every single night of my holiday to Turkey in 1993 in the club next door to the hotel. Not Pink Pony Club.
I like to move it, move it.
Yep.
I like to move it, move it.
Candy says, there sure are a lot of quilts called City Lights.
Yeah, there are.
We're talking about the one from Fabric Cafe from 3 Yard Quilts. It's kind of hard to come up with names for a pattern.
It is.
Especially if there's not like a certain element. Like, so Johns are always animals, but they're quirky, right? So like they're doing something funny or quirky or like cats in pajamas or something like that. So I imagine his are probably a little bit easier to name, but if you're just doing like squares and squares inside of squares, like, are you going to call the pattern squares and squares? Like, I don't know. I don't know how you got City Lights from this. Listen, my logical side of my brain would literally be like, that's pattern 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And there's no name.
I was having a difficult time coming up with the one for the Wicked fabric line.
Do you know?
No, I still...
No. Do you know what I did?
What?
What I like to do? I'll take a image of the mock-up
Yeah.
and I'll feed it into ChatGPT and ask it to give me 10 options. And then I'll start fine-tuning from there. And sometimes I pick something it comes up with, and sometimes I come up with a hybrid. And sometimes it's just stupid and I don't use any of them.
Joydy, what did I miss? Joydy, I thought you created that bag. That's why I said what I did above. Glad you missed it. Well, I walked away from the computer for a moment, so I didn't see whatever you said, Joydy.
Marty says, thanks, guys, for putting that song in my head. You're welcome. Would you like me to give you another one? I can definitely sing another song. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around
Oh,
and
did you
hurt
see Jonathan?
you. What?
Jonathan said, a glass is made of glass. A cup is made of cup.
210 days to Disney
Woo-woo!
World. I'm so
Me
excited.
too. Me too. Although less than that for Disneyland. Woo-woo!
Yeah. Well, that'll be one Friday night you won't be here with me.
I will not. I will not be here.
Because you'll be in California. Hello, Deborah. John says naming patterns is his favorite. I could see why. Because his are fun. Like... How about twist and shout? Oh. I met Rick Astley, Zaza said.
Ooh.
Did he give you up? Did he
Did
let
he
you
rickroll
down?
you?
Did he run around and hurt you? Or desert you? Just gotta know. I fall for it every time. I see a post on Instagram that says, read the opposite. And it says, always leaving me.
Yep.
So you're like, by the time I get to the third word, I'm like, yeah, I did it again. Rickroll. Sometimes names should be swear words and then take a break in the name or the description.
I just realized I'm going to have to redo my quilt labels.
Oh, why? Oh, because they still say Texas?
Well, no, because of what I showed you a couple of weeks ago.
I have no idea. Oh, yeah, it's a secret. It's top secret. We can't tell you because you don't have clearance to know. Ian's doing some things behind the scene for his brand.
I'm doing a lot of things behind the scenes. I'm telling you, the cruise was just the tip of the iceberg.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there?
Iceberg dead ahead.
Yeah, see what I did there?
I'll never let you go, Jack.
Such a lie.
Also means not enough room on this headboard for the two of us.
Was it a headboard?
I think it was a door or something. I don't know, but there was room. There was room. Or they could have taken turns.
Yep.
Heart in the chat if Rose killed Jack.
Wait, should I start a poll? Should I do a poll for that one?
I think you should.
Hold on.
Were you Team Jack or Team Rose?
Right, yeah.
And Sean says, I have a puppy pattern named Tail Wags that I was originally going to name Balls, Bones, and Belly Rubs.
Aww.
But I chickened out. I would have bought it just for the name.
Nope, absolutely. All right, poll started in the chat. Team Rose, Team Jack.
Team Rose. The Team Rose lady was like, nah, he can go.
Right, yeah.
We don't need her. We don't need him. He stole his way onto the cruise.
I don't even know her. Oh my gosh. What month is this? Oh, it's May. It's gonna be May.
I also saw a reel on Instagrams about it was the same person playing the different generations, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And a boomer came out and was like, "Oh, it's May. April's gone by so fast." And then it cuts to a Gen Xer who goes, "It's going to be May the 4th. It's going to be Star Wars Day soon." And then it cuts to a millennial. I don't know what the millennial said. Oh, I remember what it was. It cuts to a Gen Z and was like, "What's that noise?" And you just hear like loud thumping. And so they go upstairs and the millennials in the room like rocket out to NSYNC. It's going to be
That's funny. That's funny.
I can relate to the millennial and the Gen Xer. I'm right in the middle. Zennial, I think is what they call us, because it's a hybrid between Gen X and millennials.
Angela says my dog gets mad at me when I play Who Let the Dogs Out.
Who let the dogs out? Who. Oh, God, I hate that song.
We have 56 votes and 55% are for Jack, 45 are for Team Rose.
Wow. Harsh crowd. Sorry, Jack, but you gotta die. What the heck?
You gotta go.
Rose has places to go.
She's gotta throw that diamond into the water.
But I thought the old lady threw it into the ocean at the end. Well, baby, I went down and got it for you. Oh, Brittany. I also saw, I read this one to Ian earlier. I also saw a post on Instagram that says, why is it that every time you go into a haunted house, the ghosts are always from the 1700s? Imagine if you went into a haunted house and the ghost was from 2007. She was like, it's Brittany, bitch. Is that what's going to happen like 200 years?
Right?
Why does this ghost keep telling me she's Brittany? And why is this other one telling me a pink pony club? What is a pink pony club?
There's gonna be a ghost 100 years from now, and all you're gonna hear is rah rah rah
Rah,
rah.
rah, ah. I was just thinking, why is that goat wearing a meat dress? Her dress looks like it's made of red meat.
Well, then I told you, I had a one-on-one with my boss today, and I from one of the gifts that we got from the retreat was a little
I have
fabric
one.
bin. Yeah,
It's somewhere.
I don't. Oh,
It's right there. It's right.
is it?
No, it's by the Juki.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
this it?
yeah. Uh-huh. I have the same one, except my
yeah,
outside
yeah.
fabric's different. You can dump those out and then show them.
Okay. Is it? Oh, it is the same. Okay,
Yep,
hold on.
it is.
Where can I?
Here, right here, the blue cup.
Oh, okay. Anywho, I have this little fabric pouch. Sitting on my desk. I just dumped them everywhere.
That's fine. We'll clean them up.
And so I showed him. I showed it to him today. Ow, that's a pin. Oh, that's a needle right there.
Oh, hey, that's where Mary put the needle from the hand binding she
Found
was
it!
doing. Found it!
Found it. Are you on the overhead cam?
Mm-hmm. Well, all three of them are going, so yes.
Just throw that right there.
Okay. Tell me when.
So, anywho, I showed it to him, and a lot of people didn't like Curiouser and this print specifically from Curiouser and Curiouser, because they said that Alice, they think she looks creepy, she looks weird. There's a lot of thoughts. There's a lot of thoughts on Alice.
I'm team creepy and weird.
Well, anyways, I held it up on camera to show him, and before I even explained who it was, I just showed the Alice on camera. I didn't explain who it was or anything like that. He said, "Is that Britney Spears?"
Like, I mean, I could not see it. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I was gonna say I could see it. No, I don't
No.
see it. I don't see it.
No.
I mean, first of all, she has hair.
It's true.
Oh wait, that's 2006 Britney.
That is 2006. Britney. Yeah, it was funny though. I was like, "Oh wow."
I want to see Britney go on Masked Singer.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be hilarious.
She couldn't sing any of her songs.
No, she wouldn't. The first time she went, it comes out and goes, ay, 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 ay. You're like, it's Britney.
Everybody would know it's Britney. It's Britney.
Or she just starts spinning.
Right.
It's Britney. Her only dance move is spinning in a circle.
No, John, that is not true.
Fun fact, some of the Titanic movie was filmed here in Nova Scotia. I believe that. And one day, someone spiked the lunch with PCP, and a bunch of the cast and crew, oh my gosh, ended up in the ER.
That cannot be true.
I mean, John would never lie to us.
No, that's true. That is true.
All right. So now all my 4 patches are done. And we're going to turn them into these blocks. So I'm just going to go ahead and pair them up so that I can do more brainless sewing. And then we're going to sew our blocks together and we're going to have a quilt top that I will probably think on over the course of the weekend to figure out how to magically grow from this lap size into a twin-ish size, given that I no longer have any of this fabric. So I'm going to have to find something that'll coordinate with it. I'm thinking maybe doing something fun in the borders, like just fabric and nothing else. Maybe a pieced border, maybe just multiple borders. I don't know. Maybe buying another yard of each of these fabrics and just adding more blocks. Unsure. What would you guys do? Zaza says, John, I don't know how much fun that was.
Fun fact. Really? Was it fun?
Was it a fun fact? I don't know. I don't know. Sherry says, I love Alice, but I don't love this line of fabric. Fair. Oh, that's a good one. Carrie says the song I always get stuck in my head is Uptown Funk. Uptown funk you up. Uptown funk you up. Say what? Uptown funk you up. I love Bruno Mars. Who's your favorite? I already know the answer to this, but go ahead, Ian. Who's your favorite?
Favorite singer? Mm-hmm. Oh, Lady Gaga.
I figured. Who's your second favorite?
Who do I? Let me open my music app because I don't know off the top of my head.
I know who it is, and he's not even saying it. And I was surprised that it wasn't his number one, but I'm also not surprised by who he said. Because I figured it would be that person or this other person.
Who?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah. She's up there for sure. I also like Sabrina Carpenter.
Carpenter.
From
the Mamas and the Papas?
No.
I don't know who that is.
No. Sabrina Carpenter?
Oh, yeah, Sabrina Carpenter.
You don't know who that is?
I don't.
You don't know who that is?
No, sing a song. I might know the song. I might not know the person.
Espresso?
Oh, I know the song. I don't know the person. But more importantly, I know the SNL version of the song.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga. I have a whole mixture of people.
John says gay gasp. Carly Simon, you're so vain. Probably think this song is about you. You're so vain.
Oh, Dua Lipa too. Love Dua Lipa.
Gay gasp. Gay gasp.
What about the other? Oh, it's sitting on the keyboard.
Mary is singing a song. Bad boys, what you gonna do? See, that's what Mary wants, is some bad boys to come for her. That's what she's that's wishful thinking.
Were y'all singing the whole time at the concert?
You know, it was very much, the Joey McIntyre concert is what Ian's referring to. It was very much like lounge vibes.
Oh.
I loved it. Because it wasn't like the chaotic, crazy energy that you have at like a rock concert.
Yeah, definitely.
It was like, get yourself a drink, sit in a comfortable chair, listen to some tunes.
Melody, I'm with you. She says, I have categories of favorite singers. Yeah, that for sure.
Okay, let's go with this category. Category of you have never seen them live, but it is on your bucket list. at the top of your bucket list?
Oh, it would be Taylor Swift for sure. Like, I am so mad I didn't get the
The Eras
chance
tour?
to go to the Eras tour. Yes,
Eras is what I call it.
Yeah, I'm sad that I didn't get to go because I would absolutely have loved to have gone.
Eras,
Eras, the
Eras.
Eras tour. I sound like oh my gosh, the Catherine O'Hare character from
yeah.
Moira.
Moira
I sound like
Rose.
Moira Rose. Baby.
Baby.
Baby. Oh,
Baby.
and apparently Mary's telling you wrong.
Yeah, she's not singing for the bad boys. She's singing "Stay Away, Boys." Mine is pink. 100%
Yeah.
pink. And I say that every time she drops a new album, I'm like, yes! And I listen to it and I love it. And then I say, next time she goes on tour, I'm going to see her. And
Yep.
then she goes on tour and I'm like, I can't afford the tickets.
Yeah. Oh.
And I refuse to sit in the nosebleeds because I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah.
So, although with the amount of acrobats she does, she'll probably be right there in your face.
Fly,
like,
fly
hey!
past you. Be like, ah!
She's bad ass. I like if there was a singer that I could just like hang out and have dinner with, it would
Yeah.
be Pink, 100%.
Another performer group that I really want to go see in person, Bob Moses.
Bob Moses.
Love to go watch Bob Moses.
You've been playing Bob Moses when you're here.
Yep. Mhm.
That's like the really chill.
Yep. Love Bob Moses. And they did a concert. It was an outdoor. I don't know if they actually got to perform or not. It was. Do you remember when the eclipse happened?
In
What was that,
April?
last year? They were supposed to perform at a concert outdoor venue for the eclipse and everything, but I think they got canceled because there was like severe weather, and I think their act got canceled, but I can't remember for sure.
My sister really likes Owl and City.
Yeah.
Or no, City and Color. City and Color. That's it. Sorry, not Owl and City, but I don't know. I think I was combining owl something and whatever. Anyway, moving on. All of my other blocks are now made. And now I get to sew my block A's to my block B's and make a quilt top. But before we do, I need to press. Press, press, press.
Toss, toss.
Toss, toss. We press our seams. Press, press.
Toss, toss. Leg.
I almost spit my water back into my cup. Let go of my leg.
Let go of my leg.
Let go of my leg.
There's so many. YMCA, Adele, Chris Stapleton.
Oh, Adele, yes.
Eric
I bought
Clapton.
Alicia tickets to see Chris Stapleton for her birthday a couple of years ago. And then she got sick and couldn't use them, and she didn't have the protection on it, so I bought her another set of tickets. So I bought her tickets to go to 2 concerts, but she was only able to make it to 1.
Oh, wow.
But she did go. Speaking of my sister Alicia, I will be seeing her in a few weeks. So my nephew, her son, is graduating from high school, and I'll be flying up to Michigan the first weekend in June to spend a few days with her and the family. And June 1st through July 31st is the Michigan Shop Hop.
Oh.
So she's going to chauffeur me around to some quilty shops.
Sweet.
I'm going to stay with her. I'm not going to get a hotel, which is great. I'm not getting a rental car. She's picking me up from the airport, which I super appreciate because it's about an hour drive for her. But we're going to just spend some time driving around to quilt shops. And she said she'll be my videographer. She'll just take video clips so I can put it in a vlog video later. I was like, you mean, wait a minute. I told her, I was like, I also have to have White Castle. She's like, is there anything else you need? I was like, nope, I just need a White Castle and I'll be set. And I only have to have it once. So she's going to pick me up. I'm going to get 2 White Castle sliders. We're going to drive around to all the quilt shops. I'm not going to have to drive. I'm going to get to spend some of my mad money that I have stashed. And she's going to take all of the footage for me.
Yep.
So what kind of better day is that?
Yeah.
Like, I get fabric. I get burgers that'll go right through me.
Yeah. I was about to say that. I was like, those burgers are yummy, but
it won't take long.
They go fast.
I will not eat them while I'm in the car.
Yeah.
We'll just put it that way. We got to go in and eat.
Another person that I just thought of.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly.
Dolly Parton would be amazing.
Dolly.
I saw her in an interview recently, and oh my goodness, would love, love, love.
Dolly Parton. She looks better at 70-something than I do at 40-something.
Gosh, she looks amazing.
She does. Mary says, I'm still trying to figure out what to get Alicia for her birthday. Me. You can get her me. Yes. Yes. Honestly, you could just send her flowers. She likes getting flowers. Daisies are her favorite. Oh, and the other best part of that day doing the shop hop?
Yeah.
I told Alicia, I was like, okay. So she was like, well, what do you want to do in the car? I was like, honestly, I just want to be like, I just want to be in the moment. I was like, I'm going to take some hand embroidery and I'm just going to sit in the passenger seat and embroider while you take me from store to store.
There you go.
I'll be working on the don't be a prick.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'll leave it behind when I leave. She can hang it on her desk.
She would love that.
She would
love that.
She'd be like, wait, this is a real one?
Yep.
It sure is. Here you go. Don't be a prick.
Okay, I got real confused for a second because Diane says, I would love to see Jelly Roll. And I'm like, you would love to see a roll of fabric?
No.
Not thinking of
the artist.
The artist.
Mm-hmm. I could see that. Before or after the conversion is the question.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think I'd see both.
Jean says, your White Castle fart story is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Becky, that's gross. Shh, don't tell anybody. And then the lady comes around the corner. What? It was bad. It was hot. Why did they get warm like that? I don't know. We've got to stop talking about that because somebody's probably trying to eat their dinner. Let's not talk. Let's talk about how pretty this pink pony quilt is. That's what I should call it, is Pink Pony Quilt.
I like that idea.
Pink Pony Quilt. All right, now all my 4 patches are done. Regale us, please. Oh, God, no, we're not going to talk about that. It'll be my second ride seeing Posty?
What?
Oh, Jelly Roll, probably.
Oh.
Post Malone?
Oh, no, Post Malone. Yeah, Post Malone.
When is your sister coming for a visit? Which one? Nicole or Alicia? Because Alicia hasn't been here in years. The fart was hot. We're moving on! We're moving on! Yes, it was. Story time? No! Because somebody's going to be like, I don't want to hear this. But, okay, wait. I'll try to tell it delicately. During a trip to Michigan, when I go to Michigan, because I grew up there, I moved to Virginia when I was 30. There are a certain number of things that I like to do when I go home. And as the years have gone on, it's gotten fewer and fewer. But one of the things that has still stayed is I want a White Castle slider. Just one time. That's all I want. And usually it's 2 cheeseburgers and that's it. And then I'm done. I don't need any more than that because literally White Castle is fine enough to have once every 10 years. It's okay. So I had one. And then my mom sent Alicia and I to Walgreens to pick up some over-the-counter medication. And I could feel things working in my belly. So I'm in an aisle. I can feel pressure and I've got to let it go. And I don't know what else to do, but nobody's around. So it escapes. And my sister comes around the corner. And witnesses the after effects of the pressure being released, if you will. It wasn't pretty. To which she said, Becky, that's gross. Ew. And I was like, shh, keep it down. Because I was trying not to draw attention to it. And I was trying to get her to move because I didn't want to be there if anybody came. And she was standing in my way. And she was just looking at me like, I can't believe you did that. At which point, somebody came around the corner. And I thought we were okay. And I was getting ready to leave until I heard the lady behind me go, so there's the story, and now we're done. I was like, Alicia, move. She was like, no. Oh, boy.
And to punctuate that story, Alexa, fart!
Oh, gosh. Somebody's out there is going, I'm making the quilt top. You snorted.
Jonathan says, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. If you liked that story, we'll get along great. Welcome to Friday night where we quilt and fart. Except not really. Okay.
So Katie Whitecastle is a burger company. They're like a fast food burger company, and they do sliders. Their thing is slider burgers, and so they're small little patties, and they usually have lots and lots of onions.
Yeah, so everything's steamed, including, Mary just sent a text, LOL. Everything's steamed, and they start off by steaming the little, very thin burger patty on top of a bed of dehydrated onions, and then they put, like, the bread on top of it, so all the moisture from the onions, when they get rehydrated, gets soaked up into the bread, and it just, it makes your insides work.
Yep. Sorry, Laura. She says, oh my goodness, I need a warning before those types of stories.
4. I said! I said!
She did warn everybody. Jacqueline says, Becca, gut burgers, as we call them.
Yeah. We call them sliders for a reason. They slide right through you. Okay, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 more. So this one.
Leslie,
like
I have had In-N-Out burgers. I actually really like In-N-Out
Oh, I had an In-N-Out burger when I went to Vegas one
that's
time.
right.
Yep. The time that somebody hit me in a Tesla.
Yes.
I will never buy a Tesla. Not that I ever bought one to begin with.
Yeah.
But I am not allowed to sit in a Tesla anymore. My friends don't let friends ride in Teslas after they've been T-boned in a parking lot by a big truck. All right, now I've got all of my rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And since they're started, I can just start alternating and adding on to each row because they're going to be 6 down and 4 across. So next up is going to be one of these. What plans do you have for this weekend, Ian?
I am going to work on finishing up my the Red Queen's Rose Garden quilt and the Spooky Atomic Starburst quilt, because those are both going to the North Texas Quilt Festival. And so I need to get them finished.
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 Raquel is asking, when is your sister that spilled the red shrink coming to visit again? I don't know. I just saw her a couple of weeks ago. So it'll probably be sometime in summer since she has a little kid that's in school. And that's Nicole, by the way. Hello. So-and-so is here and says hello, 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 hello. Christina says, I got a wedding ring template today. I need to get fabric now. Laura says, actually, I love White Castles. My insides just don't.
Yeah.
I think we're
Same.
all in that boat.
Same.
Have you had them before?
I have, yeah.
Where'd you have them?
When I went to Nashville, we
Oh.
were in Nashville in 2017 for the eclipse, and we were staying in an Airbnb, and so Mom and I went and got some White Castles.
Was that like a bucket list thing? You're like, I hear about these things. I want to try them.
No,
How did that happen?
so we were looking for places to eat, and we just so happened to like search on Apple Maps or something for restaurants, and I saw White Castle, and I was like, oh, I feel like there was a White Castle movie at some point or something like
Harold
that.
and Kumar go to White Castle or something?
And so I was like, oh, wait, that's a real place? And Mom was like, yeah, White Castle's been around for a long time. And I was like, oh, I've never had that. And she's like, wait, what? So we went and got White Castle for everyone.
What did you think?
It was good. They're good. My stomach just does not agree with them.
Nobody's
Nope.
does.
Nope.
It's a laxative in burger form.
Right, yeah, exactly. John says it sounds like White Castle burgers could also be in and out.
Ah, I get what you did there. Took me a minute, but I caught on.
So-and-so, I don't know which, they're asking which model of vintage Singer did Ian recommend. I don't know that I recommended a vintage model of Singer, but I do have a featherweight and a 301. I have both. 301's getting painted though. Yes, you do, Zaza. You need to find a Bucky's.
There's one being built an hour south of us and another one over by where my in-laws live. So kind of excited about that. All right, I've got the third column sewn together. Now I'm going to go through and add the fourth column onto this. And then I'll just sew the rows together and the quilt top will be done.
Holy Toledo. Bonnie says, when my aunts are here from Scotland, our whole family went out and ordered White Castle. We had over 150 burgers ordered.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yes. Because you buy them by the case. You can
that's
get them by
right.
cases of 30, 40, 50,
I forgot.
a sack of 10 because
Yeah.
they're small burgers. They're like 2 bites.
Yeah.
So Mary will be back up here on 4th of July and she's already counting down the days.
Yay!
She's going to come for the 4th of July and she'll stay here through the summer. Ian has offered to help Jason out watching the dogs. So we'll leave after 4th of July to go to Alabama together for our little retreat. Oh, I shouldn't have cut my thread, but that's fine. Anyway, we're going to leave to go to Alabama for our retreat. And so Bella, the puppies will be here. Jason and Ian will be taking care of the puppies for us.
Yep.
And then we'll come back from Alabama and she'll stay through at least July and maybe even all of August. We'll see. Go back home on Labor Day. And then by the time she goes back home, it'll be, okay, hurry up and get through the fall and then go to Disney World.
Yeah. Yep. I'm so excited.
I told Jason about Bucky's. I was like, oh, the Bucky's in Stanton has their sign up now. You can see it from 81. And he said, great, another place to get gas. And I was like, you just don't get it.
He doesn't get
you,
it.
You haven't been yet. And he was like, it's a gas station. I was like, yes. This from the man that said, how can you get lost on a lake? We're talking about the Great Lakes. It's a lake. You haven't seen, you don't know. It's a mini ocean.
Yeah.
It's bigger than, some of those are bigger than seas. Some seas that are out there, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
A lot of people are talking about the White Castle burgers are in the frozen section in the grocery store.
They are. They're not as good as what
Nope.
you'll get in the store, but
Nope.
they're okay. If you make them the right way and you know how to do it, you can get them pretty close. Joydy says, I take cases of White Castle home to North Carolina when I go to New Jersey, along with 5 pizzas, rye bread, and bagels. That car smells interesting.
Yeah.
Coming back. Because I'm hoping you're not putting that on a plane.
Right.
What is that smell? Oh, because they do have a very distinct smell, too. It's that dehydrated onion, man.
Judy, you are correct. I don't think Jason's ever been to a Bucky's, so
No,
I
he
don't
hasn't.
think I don't think he understands.
He doesn't. I was like, picture sheets on steroids.
Yeah.
Times 100. I liked it. I like that as you're getting settled in here, you're going and experiencing things around the area. And every time Ian experiences a new thing, his take afterwards was, oh, that was a cute little zoo.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a cute little mall.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a cute little gas
Fair.
station. I'm like,
that was
oh,
a cute little fair, state fair.
yo, he did that to the fair too.
did.
That's when
I
the
did.
first one you did.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a cute little fair.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a state fair. He
No,
was
it's
like,
not.
no, it's
No,
not a
it's
state
not.
fair.
That
That was a cute little Renaissance festival. Oh, we didn't go.
Not last year, no, but we're going this year. We're definitely going this year. Yeah, the State Fair of Texas is what they say everything is bigger in Texas, and
now do you believe that?
Yeah, I do actually, because I'm seeing all the things, and I'm like, oh, they're not joking when they say Texas, everything in Texas is bigger, because they have I think unofficially, like the largest world's Renaissance festival. They have the largest state fair. Like, there's a lot.
Auntie Carol says Bucky's food is too spicy.
Can be. It definitely can be. What is the Hobbit? Habit?
Hobbit.
Hobbit?
Oh, do you guys have the Habit out your way? No, we don't.
Okay.
It's a burger chain.
Oh, gotcha. Judy says, Ian, did you ever eat at Rosa's Mexican Grill when you lived in Texas? We love, love, love them. The nearest one to us is in Denton. We live in southern central Oklahoma, just off I-35. Yeah, Judy, there was actually one not far away from my apartment when I lived in Texas. It was probably about a good 5 minutes, and I love Rosa's Cafe. It's really, really, really yummy. That's the one thing I'm missing out here is, like, really, really good Mexican food.
You'll outgrow it. One day you'll be like, okay, this is fine. That's when I moved from Michigan, one of the things I really missed was good Lebanese food.
Yeah.
Because you have lot in Dearborn, it's the highest population, or at least it used to be, maybe it's not anymore, but it had the highest concentration of Arabic Americans.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of mom and pop shops that were making Lebanese food.
Yeah.
And so they would do like shawarma and hummus and tzawouk and baba ganoush and all the things. And so I kind of grew up on it being like authentic from people that had like immigrants that had just come over. And then I moved here and I went to a couple of restaurants and they were all restaurants that people were like, oh, you got to go here. It's really good. Da, 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 da. And you go in and you're like, okay, I'll have the shawarma. And you're like, you're doing it wrong. The shawarma sandwich isn't made the right way. You're like, okay, you're supposed to have the garlic sauce in there. There needs to be a turnip. The pita has to be rolled and it needs to be grilled. And it's not shawarma unless you cut it from the rack.
Yep. Yep. Hey, Becca, look at my rack. What's the best thing to eat at Bucky's? Definitely the banana pudding and the beaver nuggets and the chopped beef sandwiches.
I just get jerky. And a frozen Coke.
Nom, 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 nom.
I think I got a cheese and meat container last time.
Christina, I appreciate you. She says, Ian, let me know if you get desperate for Texas stuff. I'll go get it and ship it to you.
The first time you go home to visit friends and family,
It's gonna be so weird.
You're going to have a bucket list. You're
Yeah.
going to be like, and you're going to do, I wonder if you're going to do the same thing that I did for years after I moved. I loved to rent a car and then drive around to remember, oh, do I remember where these roads are? Yep,
Yep.
I sure do.
Yep.
I know how to drive here. Oh, look, there's my old house. Like
Yep.
all the things.
I'm starting.
Now I'm just like, I don't drive me.
Yep.
It also is different though because my sister doesn't live downriver anymore, which is where I lived. Downriver is the suburbs of Detroit, like southeast of Detroit area.
Yeah.
Well, kind of all around it. It's like Metro Detroit, but she doesn't live there anymore. She lives up in Holly, which is about an hour or so away. So I really don't like. I've been through Holly, I'm sure, but I
Yeah.
don't know the area.
Well, I'm starting to memorize roads here. Like I'm starting to get to know my way here. But my mom actually texted me today, and she took the train from Fort Worth over to Dallas, and she's like, "Did you know that the apartment complex next to where you used to work at the museum got torn down?" I actually kept track on that because I had heard for years when I worked at the museum that they were going to tear down those apartments, and then I think finally last year, year before they did. But I'm going to be very interested to get back home and be like, first of all, do I remember all the roads? Second of all, what changes have happened since I've left? But it's funny though because I scroll through TikTok and there's been several creators who are creating content in the DFW area, and as soon as I see it pop up on screen, I'm like, oh, I know where that is. I know where that is. I know where that is.
The change for me, the flip for me was as we watch movies and stuff that are the plot centered around DC.
Yeah.
I started after being here for a few years. I started going, nope, that's not really that. Nope,
Yep.
that's not real. Oh, that's not really that. But there was one show, I can't remember what we were watching, but they showed the HUD building,
Yep.
and then they called it something else. And I was like, nope, that's not it.
Yep.
I was like, that's not what you think it is.
Zaza's asking, what are beaver nuggets, and do I want to know?
Well, do you know what White Castles are? It might be the
Yeah, right, yeah.
byproduct of White Castles.
No.
They're like, I would like, what's that one cereal that's like
Pops.
puffed?
Pops.
Corn Pops. They're
Yeah,
like corn pops.
Yeah. It's like these. No, it's not. It's puffed
But they're
corn.
glazed in corn syrup.
Yeah, yeah. They're sweet. So it's like puffed corn puffs that are sweet caramel flavored stickiness on the outside. It would make a really good cereal. It really would.
I don't know about that. The first time I tried Bucky nuggets, they were stale. So I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm set. And then I've tried them in different flavors fresh, and it's a
Yep.
bit of a different story, but
It
it's still not my favorite. Honestly, I just like that the bathroom doors are real doors and you have real walls for the stalls, and there's always a gas pump and there's always a restroom, and
they're
it's always clean.
Bless
Sorry.
you. Katie says, I can't buy beaver nuggets when I travel because the whole bag will be gone before I get to my destination.
One of the
Nope.
the girls in Alabama, when we go, there's a Bucky's that was opened around that area. So when Bucky's hit, oh no,
Oh no.
shoot,
Oh no.
I started sewing a piece that I shouldn't have. My quilt got caught up under here, but I only went a few stitches.
Well, that's good.
Anyway, their thing was every time they would see a Bucky sign, they would be on a road trip, they would be in the car and go, Bucky's, Bucky's, Bucky's. And so last year at retreat, that was the thing that we kept doing in Alabama. Somebody would say Bucky's, and then everybody would go, Bucky's, Bucky's, Bucky's. Also, if you go on a road trip in this area and you take 95 south, you have got to stop right at the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. There's a place that time has forgotten called South of the Border.
Oh yeah, you were telling me.
Oh,
about
it's
this.
hilariously tragic. Like, it's just, it has not changed since like 1955. I don't know how they're still in business. Because it's always empty too. But they're there.
Bonnie's asking, have you heard that they rebuilt the train station in Detroit?
Yep. Sure
It
have.
looks really pretty. I watched them. I watched the news stories
About
on
time.
when they were uh, doing the grand opening of that. Looks really pretty.
It was a beautiful building.
Zaza, you're not wrong. Although the good thing here, Zaza, is we don't have to pay for the toilets.
What?
I actually experienced this when I was in. Oh shoot, where's the King's Cross? In the King's Cross train station, you had to pay in order to use the toilets.
Oh, that's how a lot of places are in DC.
Really?
Yep. Because they don't want you to come in and just use the
Oh,
restroom.
that's fair.
They want it to be reserved for customers. So they used to just ask, or you have to ask for the key, and or
Right,
some
right.
of them would be like, okay, the receipt for the code for the bathroom is on the receipt,
Yeah.
and then some of them you had to deposit quarters into the door.
Yeah. That's that. There was a turnstile at the opening of the uh, restroom.
What is going on out there?
I don't know.
I feel like I heard them say Akumu.
I thought so too. I'll be back.
Okay, leave your microphone in here.
Yeah, Mike's staying in here.
Really, Mary? She said south of the border has totally blown up over the years. Susan says, during the Seattle World's Fair, many toilets were pay. It was a good thing. We lived not that far away and didn't need to use them. Puppy power! I have one more seam to do, and then this quilt center will be done. And then I can figure out what I want to do to make it bigger. So I think I asked you guys earlier, what would you do to grow this out? Would you get more fabric and continue the pattern? Would you just slap a border on it or a couple of borders? Would you leave it as is? Right now it's going to be about probably 48 by 60, and I'd like to make it about 60 by 72 if I can. Last seam. Let me get this pinned and we'll sew it. I will say one thing about these 3-yard quilts. They do go together quick, fast, and in a hurry. Good night, John. See you later. Thanks for stopping in. Lisa says, I had a friend who traveled to China and the public restroom had squat toilets. Oh, interesting. Although I've heard that those are supposed to be better for you. Mexico, you paid, but you get a clean toilet and toilet paper. All right. Zaza says, I'd get more fabric to add to it and do borders. Yeah, the pattern does tell me how to enlarge it. That's right, Linda. The struggle that I have is I only had a yard of each of these fabrics. So unless I buy more of this fabric online somewhere, I won't be able to enlarge it with the same fabric. Which I'm not against buying more of these 3 fabrics and making it bigger and adding borders. Just curious what you guys would do. Brian would continue the pattern. something's going on because Jason just pulled in, and I don't know why he would have been gone. Like, I'm wondering if the dog got out because Ian hasn't come back yet either. You guys, I'm going to show you this quilt, and then I'm going to go see what's going on with the pups because I'm worried that they need my help. So this is, oh, I got a hole. Let me fix it. Let me fix le hole. Need a seam ripper. Okay. It's just this one little section. There we go. I'll reline this. I'm going to rip the seam just on both sides of this really quickly so that I've got a little bit of room to reposition the fabric. And now I'm going to line that raw edge up and re-stitch. I'll start a little bit before where the stitches were popped so that I'm got some room for the stitches to get locked in, and I'm going to go all the way down. Okay, there we go. All right, let me show you the quilt, and then I'm going to go help the fam out and see what's going on. This is what the quilt top looks like. Very easy. Oh, I like it. Yep, and there goes the car again. Okay, I've got to go see what's going on, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, but I think there's a family emergency that I need to help with. So I'll see you all later. I think the dog probably got out of the yard, and we're going to look for him. Bye, guys.